What is up, everybody? Happy Sunday morning. I'm live a couple hours earlier than I normally would be live because Chris let me know that the chiropractor is coming by the house. I didn't realize that she had scheduled him to come, so um, today is voting day in our part of the world, and he's going to go vote, and then he's coming by the house, and then it could be at 11, it could be at 1, it could be at 3. I really have no idea what time he's coming, but when he came a couple of, when did he come? Today's Sunday. I think he came on Friday? Thursday or Friday. He was here at like 1:30 or 2, so, but today he doesn't have work. Today he's just going to vote, so I'm assuming he's going to be here earlier. So I decided to do a Starfield stream early, because I don't know if I'll be able to do any streams later on today. All right. Look at that shotgun. It's not my favorite weapon, but it is a weapon. I think my favorite weapon so far is this Revenant. This thing is ugly as sin, but pretty cool. Followed by, if I could ever find like a legendary version of the Tombstone, I would be really happy. I really like this gun right here. Here, let's take a look at what it looks like. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Tasty. It's a shame that the set of armor, the spacesuit I'm wearing isn't a legendary set. It's just a regular old bounty hunter spacesuit. I need to sell that. And this weapon's cool and all, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's just basically it was a laser weapon to have one. Need to sell that too. Where am I, by the way? I was recording a video. We can go over and sell. Oh no, I'm going to hold on to that. It is a good game, Panda. I had somebody ask me the other day why I wasn't playing like V Rising right now. Because I did get, I got a free key for V Rising, and the company gave me a couple of keys to give out to friends, and I did give some keys away to people. And I was like, well, V Rising is fun and everything, but as much fun as I'm having with V Rising, there's still some wonkiness to the control scheme. It's a really good game. It really is a good game. But there's some wonkiness with the controller scheme, and I don't want to play it with mouse and keyboard. So until they sort out the controller clunkiness, I'll pass. And the thing is like the traffic is still pretty good for Starfield. Like, I always tell people, like, if I go beyond episode 10 in a Let's Play series, you know that the traffic is paying my bills, because I don't make a living off of subscriptions and donations and super chats and bits and cheers and all those things. Those help a lot, but I still make like 80% of my revenue comes from advertising, from YouTube and Twitch. So as a result, I need to be playing things that have good numbers, and Starfield is still giving me good numbers, it's good. I'm up to, this'll be this episode right here. This is I think the episode 18 of the stream. It'll be episode 100 plus. It's like 100, 101, 102, 103, however long ago. We're actually into the 100s now with the episode count. That's how you know it's doing well for the channel still. And I do enjoy it. It's a good game. And I still haven't even gotten into the shipbuilding or the outpost stuff yet. Alright, what quest were we working on? Meet the Ebside Strikers. Oh, that's right, we came to Neon to do some quests here this morning. There's a sneeze tickling away at the back of my nose, man. I don't know where it is. It was there and then it went away. Spiced worms.
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
You hush, Sarah. Ebside Strikers. This is one of those activity things that popped up.
Clover over at Kelpcorp? She's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone or something. Honestly, kind of tuned her out.
That'll be an activity. Yep.
Sleep crates for rent. That's tight.
Ebside's changed.
Hey, no funny stuff with that.
So come on in.
Madame Saval.
Enjoy some new company. And toss back.
Something you might be interested in.
What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only
Okay.
the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it?
Sure. If you're trying to scare me, you're failing badly.
Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea!
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is.
I've heard of your gang. I need to talk to the person in charge.
So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers.
Take me to Briggs.
You know, I'll just do that. Right now. This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
It's a side quest. Why not? Her jacket is atrocious, man. Oh, excuse me. But, Velocity Blue. I guess I don't have to wait on her, do I? Or I probably should, because she's probably gonna have dialogue for her boss.
Who's this?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit. Been a while.
I know, right? Savage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right?
He's against killing.
Not
That's a
some
good
daring
sign.
adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested?
I'm only here to deal with the disciples. They're a menace.
There was a time when we were the only ones that kept those psychos in line. But I'll get to that.
What's up,
Let me
Profound?
tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different?
By the
is
way,
we're
Profound,
family.
I went digging through
It's us
YouTube the other
against
day. You
every
said you thought you
goddamn
were
thing the world
like
can
banned
throw
on
at us.
YouTube, on my YouTube channel.
If
I
you're
can't
in,
find your
we'll
name
go through
anywhere in
hell
the
and back
list,
for you.
like of
It's been a little too
people
much
that
of that
are.
hell going
There's
round.
hundreds of names in
Vogel,
that list,
not the
but I
time.
didn't find any.
We do everything we can
You
to
said
make
it's the
sure
same
everyone's
username
got
that
a
you use
roof
on
overhead
Twitch, so
and
I don't. I'm
fish
at a
in their
loss,
belly.
man.
I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do.
All right. Why do you keep the gang from killing people?
Ebside is where all the loser and sad stories end up once Neon and Administrator Bayou has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got
Because
to flow
Dreamwild
just to
mentioned
get
that the other
food
day
based
too.
on your plate.
She's
But we
oh,
only
she
take
can
what
talk
we
on
have to.
Twitch, but for some reason she says she thinks her account is like banned on my YouTube channel. So I don't know. It's like YouTube will sometimes take it upon themselves if people have shared. Yeah, I know on YouTube. Like if somebody has shared a link or something, or if there's weird things that happen with vocabulary sometimes, and YouTube gets a little aggressive with things. So, but Dreamwild mentioned the same thing because she's fine on Twitch, but she can't talk on YouTube. So I really don't know. I went looking for both of your names and found nothing in there. It could also just be user error on my end of not seeing the names because there are hundreds and hundreds of names in there. So I'm at a loss as to what that might be.
This is pointless.
So not sure. What's up, Velenar? Profound just did third month in a row. Hang on, let me write that down. 3 months in a row subscribing on Twitch. Thanks for the support. Oh, it's different than Profound Pearl then. Hang on. All right, I'll take another look next time I go into the YouTube stuff, and I'll see what I can see.
Not so fast. I gotta get to know you first. What would you bring to the Strikers?
What's up, Akazar? I'm a problem solver. You'd be lucky to have me.
Very useful. I like it. Done anything special? Something that might impress us?
Don't tell anyone, but I'm the Mantis.
Sure you are. Just don't tell Hatchet that. That girl worships the Mantis.
I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want to join, there's a test. You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out.
Oh, I forgot to
who's
do my
been
final
arming those
review for
nutjobs
Hellblade
with
2. It looks like
military-grade
we're on my
hardware.
list right now. I'll try to record that today. Do I really need to take a test, buddy?
If you're a striker, it means the Disciples are going to come after you hard. But you do this, we know you can hack it, and you're willing to risk your neck.
All right, let's do it.
We're fully in alignment there.
I can't understand this sudden urge to join the Strikers gang. I can think of about 100 better ways you could be spending your time.
You know what? I'm going to leave you
There's a
parked on the
warehouse
ship
they
if all you do
use.
is
One of
bitch
our
and moan,
friends said
Sarah.
there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
What is the name of that Dr. Seuss book?
I can't
One
believe
fish, two
you're
fish,
actually
red fish,
going
blue
to do
fish.
this. You pulled this off, and I'll be your #1 fan. Yeah,
Alright.
catch you later.
All right, Sarah, Mrs. Cranky Pants. Who is Hatchet? I want to talk to Hatchet.
If you hurt any of the strikers, I will break you.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about the mantis? All right.
Maybe you'd like to try a velocity?
Why did you follow me upstairs, madame?
No customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have 2 simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Deux. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit.
No
Good?
credit.
Ça c'est bon?
Hatchet will talk to me later after I've done the intro mission? Okay, cool, man. Completely understood. You won't have any trouble from me.
Finally, someone who listens and does what they're told. A rare commodity in Epside. I like you already.
I can personally vouch for my colleague here and make sure that he behaves.
So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick?
Wouldn't mind seeing a menu.
Of course, of course. And
I don't need anything from you at the moment. What about information? Oh, no, we're good.
we'll see you again soon, yeah?
Let's see. Profound. Hey, I'm gonna write this down. This is gonna be a rant. This is gonna be a discussion point. What timestamp this? Alright, so Profound Pearl says over on Twitch, people who are moaning about Starfield on Reddit, man, these people sound like whiny little kids. Yeah, so there were definitely some legitimate criticisms about the game when it launched, some of which I covered in my original review of the game back in like October or whenever it was of last year. Things like, it did, on consoles at least, it sucked to have it locked at 30 frames, and the fact that it didn't have an aim assist kind of sucked. And the maps definitely needed work, so like the map additions that they added on the May 15th patch were really kind of needed things, I think. And then the performance mode for the consoles was a much needed thing. And then throwing all the survival options in there was a big deal, and adding land vehicles, which are still coming in the pipeline. Those are all big things. That were like quality of life features and polish that, for better or for worse, every game adds polish after the fact. I mean, I always, I like to look at last year's darling child, Baldur's Gate 3. It swept the awards, right? It won every single award that there was to win in the gaming industry. It's like the #1 most awarded game of all time. And yet, Baldur's Gate 3 launched with thousands, and I mean thousands. All you have to do is look at the patch notes, everybody. It launched with thousands of bugs, thousands of performance issues, thousands of just little things, and they patched 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 and they patched, and they made it better over time. Every company does the same thing. People who refuse to give Bethesda a pass for that need to get the punt. Like, there's no reason to give one company a pass and not the other. So people who rant and bitch and moan about how Bethesda sucks and Todd Howard this, Todd Howard that, and blah, 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 just for the sake of ranting, they have no room to stand on because they give all the other games a pass. Then there's the people who just genuinely hate Todd Howard for some odd reason or another, and I don't understand that at all, because the guy has been at the forefront of some of the, most beloved game franchises of all time. So that one I don't get either. I just feel like some people like to bitch just for the sake of bitching. And I'll give you the perfect example. I don't follow this individual, but I see him on TikTok all the time. I believe his name is Luke Stevens, and someone's going to probably get triggered that I'm calling him out here, and I'm sure this will get clipped out and shown to him. But, he has a very large platform, and I've never seen him say anything positive about anything, ever. The only videos that I ever see trending on TikTok are him complaining about things. He seems to sit on Twitch or YouTube, wherever he streams, and he just bitches and moans about everything. don't know that I've really ever seen him say anything positive about any game ever. So I used this term the other day in one of my discussion videos about how some people just want to create rage bait, because rage bait pays the bills. Rage bait videos get thousands and thousands of views because people like to watch train wrecks and people want to rage about all these various things that they think that they're angry about. I don't know why that applies to Starfield. I feel like it's interesting to me that you'll see people complaining about, oh, the mechanics in Starfield suck. So they'll rant and rave about how all the things they hate about Starfield, but they won't rant and rave about all the job layoffs that have been happening in the gaming industry. So they can hate on mechanics, but they won't hate the game companies that are firing all these people for profit, whether it's Microsoft or, you know, whatever the company is that's firing thousands and thousands of employees. So the anger and the ire of a lot of these little internet trolls is totally misguided because they're upset about the wrong things. Mechanics are mechanics. Like, every game does things differently. The other thing is the people who want Starfield to be something that it's not. Like, we see this, there was a discussion maybe 6 or 8 months ago about somebody was complaining that CCP, the company behind EVE Online, has tried to do an EVE Online based first person shooter like half a dozen times now. They've spent tens of millions of dollars developing different variations of a first person shooter set in the EVE Online universe, and they keep trying and it keeps failing. And they keep trying and it keeps failing. They do it over and over and over. And someone said at some point, stay to your lane, stay in your lane. Stop trying to do things that your audience doesn't want. And that's the thing, like, if you're a game company and you try to do anything that's outside of the box, you try to do something that you've never done before, you are going to get crucified on the internet for not doing the thing that made you famous in the first place. But in the same token, if you make a game that's different or too different from what you did before, that same audience is going to try to crucify you because you didn't stick in your lane. So there's this cesspool of rage bait internet trolls who seem to solely exist for the purpose of shitting on game companies for not doing things exactly the way they want. And my general response to those people is, when you have a multi-million-dollar game franchise and you've won awards and you've made a successful game, you have the right to come back and bitch about things. Until that point, shut the fuck up. Like, you have no right to talk about things or to complain about things when all you've ever done is sit on your couch and play games. Making games is hard. Whether you're talking a little indie project with 3 people, or an MMORPG that has a team of 50, or a big AAA game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something that has, 1,500 employees scattered across the globe over a 6-year development period. Like, making games is hard because everyone has opinions about what does or doesn't work, or what is or isn't the right way to do things. Yeah, Akazar says, sounds like a big part of internet culture, the constant bitching and complaining about other people. It's very true. And it doesn't just apply to games, by the way. It's also TV shows. Like, anytime I post anything positive about Star Wars, the trolls come out of the woodwork because, oh, Disney, we hate Disney. Disney Star Wars sucks. George Lucas's Star Wars was the only one that was good. Disney ruined Star Wars. And they fail to, they seem to have forgotten that at the same time, these are the same people who bitched and moaned about the prequel trilogies. They bitched and moaned about the Star Wars Christmas special. They bitched and moaned about the Ewok movies on TV. And they bitched and moaned at George Lucas when he did the THX, or not the THX, but the special editions when suddenly Han no longer shot first. Like, these same people who used to bitch about all the things that George Lucas did, now look at George Lucas and say he was an angel, he never did anything wrong, and Disney's the problem. And it's like, no, you're the problem. You are toxic fandom. You are toxic. You just have toxicity in your veins. So there just seems to exist a subset of the internet culture who exists solely to bitch and moan about everything, and it doesn't really matter what it is. So what I do now, what I used to do, is I would interact with the trolls because I get paid for interactions on YouTube, right? So you give them snarky responses and they come back, and you keep them coming back, and you get paid all the time. But I've gotten past that now. The channel's big enough that I don't really need to do that to provoke views. So now what I do is literally just the moment I see anyone, if you go watch my Starfield videos, you'll see legitimate complaints in the comments from people. I leave the legitimate complaints. But the moment I see people just come on the video and say Starfield sucks, and that's all they say, or like Todd Howard sucks, he needs to burn in a fire, Bethesda sucks, they need to die in a fire. The moment I see those kind of comments, I literally just hide user from channel, hide user from channel, hide user from channel. I just immediately hide those people from the channel. And I don't need them here. I don't want them here. They don't serve a purpose. They're just a waste of space, and they're just a waste of oxygen. So I don't worry about those people.
Go quiet.
Everybody's allowed to have their opinion and everything else, but you shouldn't be allowed to try to ruin someone else's fun. So when someone is posting something positive about Starfield or posting positive about anything, whether it's Star Trek or Star Wars or anything else, you know, it's not right that people should try to shit in that person's Cheerios just because they don't like X, Y, or Z. And if it was in the real world, nobody does that face to face, right? They only do it on the internet because they can get away with it because of the anonymity of being on the internet, and there not being any repercussions for being an absolute douche canoe. It's like yeah, Akazar has a good point. Poking fun at things is fine. Like, I poke fun at the companions in this game all the time because their bark, the dialogue barks, are annoying as hell. Like Sarah's sitting here bitching, and it makes sense because that's her, you know, that's her alignment, you know. But at the same time, she'll make all these stupid comments sometimes, and like the worst is Barrett. You run around with Barrett, he's always like, Dusty, Dusty, Dusty. Like, just shut up, Barrett, go away. You know, like. The jank in Bethesda is real. Like, you'll see some jank from time to time, but that doesn't make it an unfun game. It doesn't mean that it's broken. It's just the jank in Bethesda games. So, to circle back around to the original comment that Profound had made about the people on Reddit who sound stupid and all they do is bitch and moan. It is stupidity is what it boils down to, because it's okay to nitpick little things. But when did this game launch? Last October? September? I forget when this game launched, but it launched 8-9 months ago, right? If you're still hung up on Starfield and how you don't like Starfield, and you're 8 months beyond the game having been out, you've got some problems up here that you need to get sorted, because there have been hundreds, if not thousands, of other games that have launched since Starfield came out. And if you're still hung up on that one thing, that's a you problem. Like, that's totally a you problem, because there are way too many other games that you could be playing and legitimately having criticisms about. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a good example. It was a good game. It had a lot of flaws, like the fact that there was no mob variety. That was an issue, because they promised this huge thing, and then you get there and it's like, oh no, we're killing the same wolves and bandits and goblins with different skin colors, and it's like, oh look, we've got 20 different types of goblins. It's like, no, you don't. You have 20 different variants of goblins. They're just different skinned versions. Those are not different goblins. Those are not different wolves. Those are not different ogres. They're all just skinned differently. So there was no mob variety in that game, and so it became very repetitive and boring. And then the creative director making the commentary about how we don't have fast travel in our game because fast travel means that your game is boring if you need. And I'm like, dude, the third time that I had to go from point A to point B, and it was a 45-minute journey, and I was fighting the same goblins over and over and over, your game just became boring. Your game just became the most boring thing I've ever played, and I want fast travel, because I do not want to have to fight 20 variants of goblins every time I just want to go find a cave or take a trip to the next town over. And those are legitimate complaints that you can make about a game. But notice that if you watch my channel, when was the last time I talked about Dragon's Dogma 2? When I played it. When I gave a review of it over that 2-week span or 3-week span that I played Dragon's Dogma 2, and I played it, I talked about it, I reviewed it, and I moved on. You know? I haven't talked about Starfield since I did my first playthrough until May 15th. Not a peep from me. I played other games. I had Rogue Trader, I had Dragon's Dogma 2, we had lots of World of Warcraft, I had V Rising, I had, I don't even remember all the games I've played since then. So the people who are still hung up on Starfield and still hung up on Bethesda, and all they do is rant and rave about how Starfield was this horrible game and Bethesda's a horrible company and everything else, hide from channel, hide from channel, hide from channel, hide from channel. I have no problems hiding those people from the channel. I don't want them here, I don't need them here. They don't serve any purpose on my channel. They don't serve any purpose for my community. I have people watching my channel and watching my videos because they like Starfield. So that's the community I want to foster. I want to foster the people that are having fun in this game. It's okay to criticize. We can criticize the barks and the jank, and we wish there was more to do here, and we can't wait to have more POIs and planets, and we want this, and we can't wait for land vehicles, and we want this, that, and the other. Nothing wrong with that. Like, that's legitimate discussion around the game. But bitch and moan and just rant about how these things suck, yeah, get out of here. Anyway, that's my rant about Starfield trolls. But also, on a final note, as I talk about Starfield trolls, thank you so much, Starfield trolls, because even though you're hidden from the channel, you still contribute to the views. And I have so many people who they don't know they've been hidden from the channel. So the way YouTube does it is it just hides their commentary from my viewers and from me. So they're yelling into the void, screaming about how much they hate the channel. And yet their commentary is completely invisible to everyone, and they don't know that. And so they're contributing to me getting a paycheck because they're still watching my videos and still helping me get paid. So I want to say thank you to the Starfield trolls, because your rage bait hard on for Bethesda makes sure that my videos continue to pop up in the algorithm for people that really, really like Starfield and want to play the game and enjoy the game. It's awesome. It is beautiful, Akazar. I love it. It's a great time to be alive. By the way, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, everybody. Because you'll get more stuff like this as we continue to play.
What if I just stormed into Benjamin Bailey's office and demanded the job? You think he'd like that?
Thanks for that discussion rant. Profound. That'll be a good one to pull out for tomorrow morning's video.
But what if he doesn't like it? I'd be screwed.
Not necessarily. I believe that when a door closes, it is simply the universe.
Barrett reminds you a lot of Neil deGrasse Tyson, a little bit. Akazar says as soon as they get my hands on the creator pack, they're having their barks reduced by a huge percentage. And they're going to get their own unique affinity template. Nice.
Pull up a chair and have a drink.
I've been applying to different medical groups in the area, but I haven't gotten any bites.
Were you in activity, Carolina?
Hey, if you hear about any entry-level job openings, let me know. I've been trying to find an office job, but all of them require like 5 years of experience.
Yeah, welcome to the real world. Is there a job you prefer?
To be honest, I don't really know what I want. I just know that if I don't find something soon, my parents won't just disown me. They'll have me stripped for parts.
Legitimately? Wow. What skills do you have?
Well, I went to school for business, but it's not like I remember any of it. In my last interview, the recruiter asked me what I thought about Keynesian economics. I asked her, which planet is Kenzie on again? And she just looked at me and cringed. I don't blame her.
Where have you applied so far?
Keltcorp and Stroud, but I haven't heard back, and that's threatening to cut off the cred spigot.
Is this not going to lead to a quest? Oh, Raiju's hiring, if you heard the announcement.
That's exactly why I haven't applied there. Way too much competition.
Oh, well then you're just a whiner.
Good luck out there.
Oh, my other favorite one, by the way, as we're moving on to the next quest, I could say this because I completely forgot about it during the rant that I just did. So I do a lot of premieres on my channel so that people can sort of schedule, like they'll know that a video is coming on the pipeline, so they can schedule the video to watch it during the premiere, or just to be reminded that it's going to be coming out. And I'll get the trolls who will come downvote the video while it is scheduled as a premiere, right? So a lot of people don't understand how downvotes work on YouTube. A downvote does not mean that my video is going to perform any less. A downvote just means that you're telling the algorithm that you don't want to see any more of that. You don't want to see that type of content or that content creator anymore.
Look at me, I haven't got a clue.
But they're doing it. The fact that you've downvoted a premiere before you've even watched the video means that you're not downvoting the video because it's something you don't want to see, you're downvoting it because you don't like the person that's creating it. And the best part about the YouTube algorithm is that any downvotes that were applied to a premiere before it goes live, YouTube strips them out. So the moment it goes live, usually within 30 minutes of the video actually having premiered and gone live, YouTube kicks those downvotes out, and it strips them out of the video. So they're no longer even applied. It is the funniest thing ever because all these trolls, they don't know that. They think that their downvote somehow is going to impact my performance. So it's like, I have a couple of videos that I got ratioed last month because I was talking positively about, I forget what it was. Oh, I remember one of them was we were discussing the layoffs that have happened, or not the layoffs, the Helldivers 2 situation, and I called it fake outrage. Not the PSN stuff, but the fake outrage around the people who were like, you know, Sony sucks for requiring you to have a PSN account to play the game. And I'm like, yeah, but Rockstar is okay, even though they require you to have an account. Microsoft is okay, even though they require you to have an account to play their games. PlayStation is somehow bad. It's like there was all this stuff behind it, and so I made that video, and it's my first ever ratioed video. Most of my videos, I think my channel average is like 98% positive rating, right? That video has like a 25% up, like thumbs up, and like 75% thumbs down, and yet it still got thousands and thousands of views because downvotes don't impact the traffic. All they do is tell the algorithm, I don't like that piece of content, don't show me more of that. And so it's just funny, but I do love the people who downvote premieres before they've ever aired, because their votes literally get kicked out as soon as the video goes live. It's a hilarious thing. Trolls, man. I love it. Well, there was some miscommunication for sure, Profound, because it was in the terms of service from the very first day that you were going to need a PSN account. It was in the terms of service from day one. However, they just pushed it off and didn't make it a requirement for 2 months. And so you had all these people who legitimately went and played the game and bought the game in places where they probably shouldn't have bought the game in the first place. And then 2 months down the road, they're suddenly being told, oh, well, you're not going to... And of course, you know, PlayStation walked that back, of course, after the outrage. You know, but it's, you know, a lot of people were making these comments about how, you know, it was all a secret, they did it behind their backs and all this other stuff. It's like, that's not true. Like, it was in the terms of service from day one. Just people don't read the terms of service. People literally just click things and don't read them. And as a result, they weren't aware that they were told, yes, you need a PlayStation account to play this game. But there's also an issue with the fact that it never should have been sold in places where it was going to be required. You know, there was definitely some fuck up on PlayStation's part, but the fake outrage from the people who were like up in arms about it was what got me cackling, because no one was complaining about, you know, oh, I've got to create a Microsoft account to play Halo. No one complained about that. Oh, I've got to have a Rockstar account to play Red Dead Redemption 2. No one said anything about that. Like, go to your Steam library, and I like almost every single game in your Steam library or GOG library or something will require you to sign some sort of terms of service and or create an account with that third, you know, the developer or the publisher to play those games. Especially like if I'm playing on Xbox or PlayStation, like Madden, NBA 2K, NBA, the NBA games, the baseball games, the show, Assassin's Creed, I could go on. Almost every game I play on the consoles requires me to create an account somewhere else, off of the Xbox or PlayStation, whether it's with the publisher or the developer. I'm almost always required to create an account with those third-party publishers. Star Trek Online, I had to go create an ARC account just to play Star Trek Online. Like, it is not new to have to go create an account somewhere else to play the game. So people complaining that they had to do it for this one title, that was the fake outrage that I was pointing at, because it's like, there's nothing to be outraged about. Like, you're doing this for all these other games. You're just upset, and you're doing a knee-jerk reaction to an internet trope. And the funny thing is Ghost of Tsushima just came out on PC a couple weeks back, and it requires a PlayStation account to play the multiplayer online part, but not the single-player part. But it does require you to go sign up for a PlayStation account to play the multiplayer stuff. Up until that point, Ghost of Tsushima had been this critically rated, critically acclaimed game, right? As soon as it came out on the PC, it got Steam bombed. It got review bombed on Steam. Why? Because it required a PlayStation account to play the multiplayer component. That is the stupidest shit for people to get upset about and cry over ever. Of course it requires a networking account to go play the multiplayer, because you're required to go online and use Sony's servers to play the multiplayer component. So obviously you're going to need a Sony account to play on Sony servers to play an online component. If you're upset about that fact, you're an idiot. Like, that's just what it comes down to. Like, that's just, you don't get to use Facebook unless you have a Facebook account. Like, if you want to use Facebook, not just view the traffic, not just view articles on Facebook. If you want to use Facebook, if you want to use Instagram, if you want to use X, if you want to use TikTok, you must have an account to use those platforms. Ah! I feel like a lot of people failed their intelligence roles when they did their character creations, getting, spewed out of the womb. God, where's all my food? There we go. Eggs. Let's do some shrimp.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Where the hell are they making me go, man? I'm like all the way over here. Man, they're definitely making me work for it over here. We should save. I do need to be conscious of the time too, guys, because I have a my Warcraft group is scheduled for well, I still got an hour and 15 minutes, assuming the chiropractor doesn't show up. Let me go check Discord. I think we're good. Alright, I don't see any messages from anybody. As our city's going lurker mode to go to the grocery store before Panda. Oh, yeah, so then he was commenting on it as I was commenting on it. Alright. Are these guys gonna wanna... Oh yeah, they are. Alright, I don't see any more at the moment.
Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Is this just a warehouse, or does it lead to another building? Because it feels like it's just a warehouse. If it is, I may be safe from having just taken out the guards. Because I don't see anything else in here. Alright, I don't think we need to sneak anymore. Is there anything else legitimately that we can grab in here? Doesn't look like it. You got raided by spacers in your outpost, Valinar? That's cool.
I'd be making a fortune if they'd let us fish for a cousin boss.
Actually, hold up. Can I just fast travel over there?
I don't think this day could get any better.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's over there by sleep crates. We can totally fast travel over there.
You're out there a lot, right? Space?
Nice. The Astral Lounge got you down.
The Astral Lounge got you
Something
down.
you might be interested in.
Haven't seen that leech in a while. See you got them all.
Take it easy.
This is like the worst placed chair sofa ever.
Don't break a leg. because it's an
If
audition.
the disciples spot you, they're gonna attack straight away. Do what it takes to survive. You're no use to anyone dead.
Well, here you go.
So, stealth was a no-go, but... shit. You took all of them out. The strikers can use that. So you're in. Everyone thinks the Epside strikers are out for the count. But now that we
Thanks
know
for
where
the
the
follow.
disciples are getting their guns, I feel the tide is turning.
Glad I could help out.
Trying to score points with the boss. Smart play, new fish. You might want to say hello to the rest of the gang. They should be friendlier, or I'll make them friendlier. After you take some deserved R&R, hit up Hatchet for any gear you may need, and a job I got in mind for you.
Oh wow, that actually looks kind of cool. Wait, do I have skill points? No, never mind. Nothing. Hatchet, my dear.
Oh, I will see the disciples ended one day. Huh. So you survived. Andrea thought Briggs wanted you dead, so he sent you away. Andrea was wrong.
She can join the long line of people wishing me harm.
We are more alike than I thought. Everyone is hard because they have to be. These streets and alleys are all I know. They chew up the weak, they leave them broken or dead in the gutters. So don't be weak.
You grew up here all alone?
Oh yes. Every day a different struggle. To stay alive, to stay good in the head. But the strikers and Briggs took me in, gave me a family. I will do anything to protect them. And I mean anything.
Good to know. Good pep talk.
You are funny. Funny won't keep you alive. So the job is, we let the streets know the strikers are back. We have signs. Signs that indicate our turf. Hacking the signs is easy. Getting to them or fighting any disciples there, that is the challenge. Briggs said he prefers no blood. But I say, make the disciples bleed at every chance.
Just point the way.
Here are 3 locations. Good. If you need things too, I can hook you up. It's my job to make sure all the strikers have what they need. Good luck.
Cool.
A lot of the signs are high up. Be careful up there. Very dangerous.
See what you got for sale.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. Man, that looks like a nail gun. Hang on, what does it say on the side of it? No gods, no masters. Oh, wow. Old AK. Ooh, that's a cool looking gun. Wow. Wow. So you could totally go samurai if you want. Chambas oil. Don't know if I've ever come across that. Let's buy it all. Yeah, I don't get it, Profound. I think the weapon design is awesome. I don't think I need to buy any ammo, but let's just double check here.
Be smart out there.
$15 by 25 CLL. 11 millimeter. .50 MI. 6.5. 3 KB. So I can buy that and sell everything else.
A lot of the signs are high up. Here's what I have.
Oh, by the way, also buy any med packs she's got. Of which she has none. Alright. We're going to sell some ammo here. 27 caliber I don't need. Actually, probably... Yeah, let's just sell it. Oh, I don't care. Alright. I want to buy 15 point... Assuming she's even got it. Which I don't see that she does. Nothing there. So, 11 millimeter? No. 6.5? No. I don't think she sells any of the stuff that I want to use. Does this count? No, hang on. I need to buy. Ah, I'm still on the sell tab. I'm an idiot. Okay. Is this right? 11mm caseless. Shotgun shells, 3 kV. Yes, 6.5 CT. I don't know. What's the difference between... What's that?
Stacy.
Yep, that worked. That was what we needed.
What can I get you today?
Astro Lounge,
Alright, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna go check on things out in the other room.
But my partner's happy, and the kids are happy.
Yeah, you need to find them because we need both sets of keys. No, I'm not going to. So.
You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club.
Bad idea to me.
So come on in. Enjoy some unique company. And toss back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails. Madame Sauvage's place, where the fun never stops.
Sorry guys, Chris is asking about keys and stuff. She's getting ready to go vote. can't hear you. What?
Everyone knows this is Neon's
That says what?
premier social club.
Okay.
So come on in, enjoy some unique company, and toss back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails. Madame Sauvage's place, where the fun never stops, in the city that never sleeps.
That's a nice announcement for Madame Sauvage.
Astro Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come on in, enjoy some unique company, and toss back one of our exclusive velocity cocktails. Madame Sauvage's place, where the fun never stops, in the city that never sleeps.
Alright. I think we're good to go for a little bit longer. Still a ways out from our panda boot. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. Damn right.
The Astro Lounge got you down.
Panda says cooking soup for tonight.
Right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club. So come on in. Enjoy some unique company.
Are there any in here? Or is it just me? Just follow the waypoints. Take us to the closest one.
James Newell better watch.
Interesting. This district certainly provides evidence that Ryujin's influence has spread from their tower and out into the city.
Okay, one down.
Sticks. The city gets worse by the day. Vandals, thieves, gangs.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
What don't you understand,
Somewhere
Sticks?
here, Chris.
Crime happens because the people in charge let it happen.
I'm sorry. I did not understand your query. Please rephrase.
Yeah, you're sorry. You're always goddamn sorry. Try actually doing something about it for once. Core Kinetics isn't the only game in town, you know.
I remember
If you're
doing
here
this
to
guy's
buy,
quest
take a look
last time I
around the
played the
shop.
game.
Just keep your hands where I can see them.
What are you afraid I'm gonna do?
Oh, I don't know. Stuff things in your pocket and run. Rob me at gunpoint. Shoot me in the head. I've survived on Neon far too long to take any chances.
I don't want any trouble.
Good. Then just buy what you want and get out of here. If you don't like it, talk to Styx. He runs our, complaints department.
No complaints from me. I'm just here to spend some credits.
That's more like it. You know, I'm sick and tired of people coming in here and treating Styx like he's some kind of sideshow exhibit. I mean, look at that graffiti they sprayed onto his chassis. If I could find the asshole who did that, I'd make him pay for the paint removal.
SWTOR is a good game, man. I got a playlist with a few hundred videos on it on my YouTube channel. By the way, I apologize, guys, as I move around if I'm grunting and groaning. It's gonna be a while. Whatever I've got going on with my sprain is quite annoying. Involuntary. Oof, every time I move around. Alright, I could track down the person who defaced Styx if you'd like.
You'd do that? Huh.
We're not gonna do it right now, but we'll do it later for this.
Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
I love the housing in SWTOR.
I'm
Especially
glad you
the
see Styx is
guild
more
ships
than
you
just a
can get,
possession.
man.
The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the sticks.
Cool. Well, that's a quest we'll do later. Let's go for sale. Boom boom. Boring. The buzz cut. Ooh. That's just begging to be modded. I think Smuggler is my favorite. I've done the Smuggler storyline twice. I've done the Bounty Hunter storyline twice. Agent's pretty good. The Agent is like James Bond. It's pretty cool.
The other day, Sticks, I met a miner.
I've got apartments on Drummond Khas, Coruscant, and Nar Shaddaa. Plus we have a guild ship on the Sith side, we have a guild ship on the Republic side. My brother and I have played that game together ever since it went live. Matter of fact, I even played last year up until like early last year. I played for about 3 or 4 months, right before Baldur's Gate 3. But this year I didn't do it. I haven't played any of it. I haven't played any of it since it switched over to Broadsword. But Broadsword has been making some pretty good changes to the game. All the shader updates, graphical updates, new content patches. Got no complaints about them taking over.
To learn how to play an instrument.
Chunks, chunks, chunks. Alright, hang on. Let me go look at the map here because this feels like it's going to make me run all the way up these stairs again. And I think this is the stupidest
what
thing
do we
ever.
have here?
What?
Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little vandalism, huh?
What vandalism?
There's a steep fine for that. 0 tolerance. Tell you what, you pay the fine now, and I'll let you off with a warning.
What vandalism are you talking about, bro? Neon security roughing up, or worse yet, killing a tourist is a really bad look.
Maybe, but as soon as you started putting up Striker gang sign, that crosses the line.
What's up? Pandavision just did a whole bunch of gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. I just wonder what the audio cue was. Sometimes I have these audio cues set up that I just forget about until I hear them. The alarm for the raid when someone's raiding over on Twitch, that was scary when it happened the other day because I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was an alarm in game. Congrats to everybody for their subs over on Twitch. Thanks so much for that, Panda. I appreciate the support, man. Alright, neither of us want to risk the worst happening. Oh, can I go with the soldier option? Both soldiers here. I'm gonna use an auto persuade.
You're one of ours? This just got complicated.
Neither of us wants to risk the worst happening.
You know how it is.
I didn't come here looking for a fight.
Sounds like you might be...
Oh, that didn't even work even with the auto
either
persuade.
pay up, or you get shot resisting arrest.
I here's 1,500 credits.
That's the only language Neon Security seems to understand.
Enjoy your stay on Neon.
It's like the time I got pulled over in Cancun by the tourist police and tried to shake me down. Have I told that story in a while? Probably haven't. What is down on that level? Let's just keep following these. So Chris and I lived in Cancun for about 8 years, and I'm a permanent resident. I've got a green card for Mexico. Chris is Mexican. But I haven't owned a vehicle in a very long time. And I had a job with, I was on a contract for TripAdvisor and Oyster for about 18 months. We went all over Riviera Maya and Puerto Vallarta, going to the resorts and doing photography and a bunch of articles and stuff. And hang on, let me finish this off here. God, he moves fast. Alright. Wasted my ammo. Come on, Pippin. Oh, is that guy still moving? Not anymore. Pippin, leave the yoga mat alone, honey. Do I have to worry about taking care of the rest of these guys? I hope not. Probably can't fast travel until I take care of them. Alright, come here. Hang on, guys. I got a kitty cat I gotta deal with. Come here. Let me finish my story before I get too sidetracked. Living in Cancun, been there for a long time. I don't own a vehicle. I don't need a vehicle. I was on a contract, and we had just doing a bunch of photo shoots down in Tulum, which is about an hour-ish south of Cancun. And so I was driving down there every day, and I just rented a car for like 2 weeks. Well, rental cars in Cancun, or in all of Mexico, rental cars are very obvious it's a rental car because the license plates have big red letters. So instead of having like normal lettering, it's a license plate with red letters and a red outline. So it's very obvious that it's a rental car, not a licensed vehicle in Mexico. And so for the tourist police, or the police who pay attention to those kind of things, they know that they assume that it's a tourist driving the vehicle. And I'm a white guy, right? So I'm in the vehicle. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my way to this photo shoot, and it's 6 o'clock. There's no one on the highway. I'm in the hotel zone of Cancun, and I'm driving through. I'm going the speed limit. I don't speed. I had an accident years ago, and I've never sped since then. And so I'm going the speed limit, and these guys pull me over, and they claim that I was. So this is how it went down. I pull over, they get out, and it's two cops. one on each side of the vehicle, and the guy that comes up. So they're trying to speak English, right? So they're using, broken English, but English, right? Like understandable English. And they're trying to tell me that I was doing 60 kilometers per hour in a 30 kilometer per hour zone. And I went, that's just not possible. And I answered in English. And he's like, this is one of my favorite stories to tell. So they're trying to tell me that I was speeding. I wasn't. I'm answering them in English. I haven't needed to provide any identification at this point or anything, because they just assume that I'm a tourist with a rental vehicle. So then they tell me that it's gonna be, I think they quoted me, it's been a long time, so I may be exaggerating the amount a little bit, but it was gonna be like $150, $200 at the time with transfer currency. It was gonna cost me like $150, $200 is what they told me, and we could take care of it right there on the side of the road. Now I, being a resident, know that that's not how this works. If I literally was speeding, the way it works in Mexico is, if I was legitimately doing something like that, they take your license and they take it to the main office, and then if you want to get your license back, you go pay the ticket. When you pay the ticket, you get your license back. So this is when I switched to Spanish. So they tell me it's $150, $200, and I immediately switched to Spanish and I said, "Aquí es mi licencia. Dame mi ticket. Me voy a la pagarlo en la oficina." So I literally just told them, "Here's my license. I'll pay the ticket. Let me know when I can go pick it up at the office." And they both immediately, their eyes got real big and they went, "Oh, hablas español? You speak Spanish?" And I went, "Yes, I do." And they're like, "Oh." And I said, "Yeah, soy residente permanente. I'm a permanent resident here. So I know how this works. Here's my license. Give me my ticket, and I will go pay my ticket." Because to pay the ticket, it was like, $50. It's like $50 for a speeding ticket to pay the speeding ticket, right? Whatever it is. Much less than the $150, $200 they were trying to get me to pay. Hang on, I got a crazy cat going off here. So that's when they decided to go back to their car. And they're like, "Oh, just give us a couple of minutes. We're going to go back to our car and discuss some things." So they go back to their car. Sorry, guys, for not... I got to figure out what's about Pippin. She's behind the laptops trying to jump on the desk. Come here, honey. Get down from there. So when I tell them that I'm just going to pay the ticket, they go back to their car. They leave me sitting there for like 30 minutes as they discuss what they're going to do. And they come back and they still are like, "Well, it's a kind of a hassle for us to have to go to the office. It's going to be a hassle for you to go to the office. Maybe we could just settle something for like $25, $30 right here, right now, so that none of us has to deal with the hassle." At this point, it literally is a shakedown because they've already spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. They know that I'm not going to pay the $150. I'm not going to pay their stupid little fee because I know how the law works and I live here and I'm a permanent resident. But they also know that I'm not going to want them to take my license because if they take my license, now I'm screwed because I got a contract I'm on and I need my license to drive around town, right? So at this point, they're just trying to inconvenience me because they know. So I ended up paying them about $30 is what I paid them to just get out of my face. Full on pay to bribe. Now I've lived in Mexico. I've been a permanent resident since 2015. It's been like 15 years I've been here. That is the only time that has ever happened. I've been pulled over in other places for different things, gone through lots of security checkpoints. The police are not corrupt in this country like so many people think they are. There is corruption just as much as there's corruption in Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, LA, San Francisco. Cops are corrupt in many different places in the world. But in Cancun, in the hotel zone, there are absolutely corrupt assholes like that who will try to shake you down they'll try to shake, because the tourists are so terrified. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested for, it's $150, and it's like, it's a total shakedown. It's a total shakedown. I always love telling that story because it happened. It was an inconvenience. They just wanted a couple of Coca-Colas and a sandwich, But they did try to get me for a few hundred, a couple $100 or whatever. Do I have to take care of these guys before I can get out of here? Probably. Where's the other one shooting me from? Where's that last one?
Nothing.
He's not gonna poke his head out right yet.
Surprise! Surprise, surprise!
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to some Bob Seger.
You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is Neon.
That's something you might be interested in.
The strikers are upstairs.
You really kicked the hornet's nest. Good. Andrea's running point on grabbing the gun stash. I need you and Vogel to keep the disciples off balance.
So we're finally doing this?
It's time, Vogel. The gloves are off. Both of you, keep the collateral damage down if you can. But it's do or die.
Alright, I'm not gonna hurt innocents.
If people are in the wrong place at the wrong time, you might not have much choice. Gang fights are no holds barred, so make your peace with it.
Despite your flippant attitude towards innocent lives, Briggs, we intend to choose our targets with the utmost care.
You two coordinate whatever you need to. I have a request. I know this is asking a lot. Newell's Goods has some armor. Not mil-spec ranger gear or anything, but better than the cast-off clothes the strikers wear. So if you could, well, spring for some armor upgrades, maybe convince Newell to sell it to us.
I'll see what I can do.
All the strikers owe you big time. Any credits it costs, I promise we'll pay you back with interest. Now's the time for the strikers to make a comeback.
Finally, Briggs is going to let me kick these disciples where it hurts. I've been telling him to let his best man loose for weeks. So thank you for changing his mind.
Let's go.
You are something else. The plan's simple. We hit the street runners hard in as many points as possible. Maximum chaos, right? Then Andrea can waltz into their weapons cache, snag the big guns, and then the real fun begins.
Get it over with, then.
Oh, it'll work, all right? Here's 3 groups of street rats for you. Me and my boys will take some others. Fun time.
Alright. The armor one is optional, but I'd like to... do that first.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Akadigbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean.
Don't even bother with that other place. Newell's good.
Feel like making a purchase today?
I am here for the strikers, buddy.
I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on.
They're just kids having fun, James.
Don't kid yourself, Rosa. Aurora isn't fun. It's a poison, and it needs to be taken off the streets.
Drugs are bad, kids.
James, please. It's not just the Aurora. It's Administrator Bayou. As long as he's in charge, this city will just get worse and worse.
Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time.
Fair enough. Sounds like you had a problem with cigarettes.
Oh, I don't have a problem with his place. My problem is Siegert himself. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe.
What kind of merchant meetings? Well, how do you keep your place safe?
By standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money. I refuse to be run out of business, or be forced to pay protection.
A little bit of amp every now and again, you know. What kind of merchant meetings are we talking about?
A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs.
All right. For all you know, he doesn't have a choice.
Everyone has a choice. Some are simply more difficult than others. The only way to fight Neon security is if all the merchants unify and push back on these unreasonable rules. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy.
I'd like to buy some armor for the Ebsite strikers.
Oh, dear Lord. Did Briggs put you up to this? All these gangs are a menace. I don't want to have any part of it.
I'll pay for it all in cash right now.
Really? That's a lot of credits. All right, already. All right. You pay and I'll send Briggs his armor. But this is a one-time deal. I don't want anything to do with this madness after that.
Let's just give him the full 8,000.
I'll send the armor to Madame Savage's. Have a nice day.
Well, we're not done yet.
I hope to God
I can talk to
the
Seacard.
Strikers doesn't. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That'd be extremely helpful.
God, there's so many
I
quests on
honestly don't know
Neon,
what to
guys.
say.
Like, I know there were a lot of quests on Aquila too, but I feel like Neon's got. It almost feels like there's more here than there were on New Atlantis. Well, I'm not doing this for free.
I'm a businessman. You help me with this, and I have no problem compensating you for your time.
Fair enough.
Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered.
I'd like to buy something.
Sure. Have a look.
Alright, you've got all sorts of fun stuff. Nothing too cool, though. Does nobody sell, like, beanies in this game? Oh, wow, what the fudge is this? A neon dancer outfit. Granola mix? I don't know that I've ever seen that. Huh. Alright, let's start with you and Rosa.
I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since.
And I'm sure she wears the pants around here.
Watch your back out there.
Sarah tries to wear the pants here, but not gonna happen. She just likes to nag. Alright folks, this was an early morning stream. I do need to wrap it up here because I do need to take a quick break, and then I've got an existing World of Warcraft group that I do on Sunday mornings, assuming my chiropractor doesn't show up, which I don't think he will because I think Chris just left to go vote, so I'm assuming they'll vote and then they'll come back. I should be back tomorrow. I don't know about Tuesday's stream yet because I think Tuesday I'm going to the doctor to get a bunch of. I just need to go to the doctor and have them check out my leg and do some more tests and stuff. And I don't know if I'm doing that Tuesday or Wednesday. But I know Monday Chris has to go do some paperwork. But so tomorrow I should be able to. I should be streaming at the normal time tomorrow with some more Starfield. We're gonna do Starfield all the way up till I'm out of the office. I leave on the 9th, so the morning of the 9th, I'll still do a stream. No, I won't. But I'll stream all the way up to through the 8th. The 9th I won't be able to because I gotta get on a transport and get out of here. But we'll be doing Starfield for the next week. So stick around for all the streams. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks so much, Panda, for the support today and gifting all those subs over on Twitch. For those of you hanging out on YouTube, I appreciate it as well. If you happen to miss parts of this, don't forget that these episodes come out as 30-minute segments over on YouTube as part of the Let's Play episode, and this stream is the one that pushes us past the 100 episodes mark for my second playthrough of Starfield. So thanks to everyone for continuing to watch these and make them worthwhile enough for me to continue doing them, because people have had enough interest for me to keep going. So thanks, appreciate it. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe. Have a good Sunday, everybody.